Gastrointestinal physiology, exploring the structure of the gastrointestinal tract. Welcome to our deep dive into gastrointestinal physiology, where today we unravel the intricate structure of the gastrointestinal tract. In this episode, we will guide you through each segment, highlighting the functional elegance and complexity that make digestion possible. Let us embark on this journey together, from the mouth all the way to the anus, to understand how this remarkable system breaks down food, absorbs vital nutrients and water, and ultimately expels waste from our bodies. The gastrointestinal tract. A functional perspective. Picture the gastrointestinal tract as a continuous muscular tube, beginning at the mouth and concluding at the anus. This tube is responsible for the essential processes of digestion and absorption. While each section of the tract has its own specialized role, they are all built upon a shared structural blueprint, meticulously designed for optimal performance. The four foundational layers. Let us begin by examining the classic anatomical description of the tract wall, which is organized into four main concentric layers, from the innermost to the outermost. These are the mucosa, the submucosa, the muscularis externa, and the serosa or adventitia. Now, let us explore each layer in more detail. The mucosa, the innermost barrier. The mucosa lines the lumen, serving as the front line for secretion, absorption, and protection. It is composed of three sublayers. The first is the epithelium, which varies in type along the tract. In the mouth, esophagus, and anal canal, the epithelium is stratified and squamous, offering resilience against abrasion. In the stomach and intestines, you will find a simple columnar epithelium, which is adept at secreting enzymes, mucus, and hormones, and facilitating absorption. Key cell types here include enterocytes for absorption, goblet cells for mucus secretion, enteroendocrine cells for hormone release, and specialized cells in the stomach that produce enzymes and hydrochloric acid. Beneath the epithelium lies the lamina propria, a layer of loose connective tissue rich in blood vessels, lymphatic capillaries, and immune structures. This layer is essential for transporting absorbed nutrients and defending against pathogens. Finally, the muscularis mucosae, a thin sheet of smooth muscle, creates subtle local movements that increase the mucosa's contact with food, enhancing secretion and absorption. The submucosa, the support network. Next, we encounter the submucosa, a robust layer of connective tissue that is highly vascular. Within this layer lies the submucosal plexus, a complex network of neurons belonging to the enteric nervous system, often referred to as the brain of the gut. This plexus orchestrates glandular secretions, regulates blood flow, and coordinates the movements of the muscularis mucosae. The muscularis externa, the engine of motility. The muscularis externa is responsible for propelling and mixing the contents of the digestive tract. It typically consists of two layers of smooth muscle, the inner circular layer, which constricts the tract and mixes the contents, and the outer longitudinal layer, which shortens the tube and propels material forward. Sandwiched between these layers is the myenteric plexus, another component of the enteric nervous system, which governs motility and peristaltic waves. The harmonious action of these muscle layers produces segmentation, rhythmic contractions that mix food with digestive juices, and peristalsis, the wave-like movements that push food along the tract. The serosa and adventitia, the protective envelopes. Finally, the outermost layer varies depending on the location. If the organ is suspended within the abdominal cavity, it is covered by the serosa, a slippery membrane that secretes fluid to reduce friction among moving organs. Where the tract attaches to the body wall, such as in the esophagus or retroperitoneal areas, the outer layer is called the adventitia. This is a tough, fibrous tissue that anchors the organ securely to its surroundings. Regional adaptations, specialized structures along the tract. While the four-layer pattern is consistent, certain regions exhibit unique adaptations. In the stomach, the muscularis externa boasts three layers to facilitate powerful churning, while the mucosa is folded into rugae, enabling expansion. The stomach lining is studded with gastric pits and glands featuring specialized secretory cells. The small intestine is designed for maximal absorption, with three levels of folding, plicicirculars, villi, and microvilli, creating an enormous surface area. Each villus contains a centrolacteal for fat absorption and capillaries for nutrient transport. The brush border formed by microvilli houses enzymes vital to digestion. In contrast, the large intestine lacks villi. Its mucosa is dominated by goblet cells, which produce mucus to ease the passage of feces. The muscularis externa is distinctive, with its longitudinal layer forming 3 bands known as tinea coli, which gather the colon into sac-like haustra to facilitate mixing and water absorption. Conclusion: the synergy of structure and function. The gastrointestinal tract exemplifies the harmony between anatomical design and physiological function. The mucosa interacts with food. The submucosa provides support and infrastructure. The muscularis externa mixes and moves contents under neural guidance, and the outer layers protect and lubricate the system. This modular architecture enables the seamless journey of digestion, from ingestion to defecation. Thank you for joining us today on this exploration of the gastrointestinal tract. If you enjoyed this content, please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth discussions. This is the Everything Surgery podcast, where we dissect the extraordinary.